As Paris mourns, candles burn in the City of Light. People here are searching for the right response to the deadly attacks. Is it with clenched fists or open arms? There's a battle underway now, not only against terrorism, but a battle for the very soul of France. This is where the battle is playing out, in Calais. The seaside city clings to the outer edge of northern France, overlooking the English Channel. Thrashed by the waves and the wind, it can be an unforgiving place. And yet, it's become a beacon of hope for thousands of migrants who've come here for a shot at a better life.
Welcome to the jungle.
It's called the Jungle, a sprawling slum on what used to be a community campground. The number of migrants living here has doubled in the past year. Now it's home to as many as 6,000 people, living in tents and under tarps, surviving on handouts.
They come here every day from war-torn countries like Afghanistan, Syria, and Sudan. Men, women, and children in a mass migration of misery.
People like this man who traveled 4 months to make it to Calais.
My name is Ahmed. I am from Syria, 28 years. I am a mechanical engineer. I escaped from Syria because of the war.
Ahmed left Syria with little more than hope. Why Calais? Because everyone here believes a better life awaits them just across the Channel, in England. On a clear day, they can see the white cliffs of Dover shining on the horizon, just 33 kilometers away. Ahmed says he's been stuck here for 2 months trying to get to England. He says he's not looking for any pity or any handouts.
I will not accept any help, and I don't want any help. Just a small place for sleep.
You just want a chance.
And good work.
The refugees here try to get to the UK by sneaking into the thousands of trucks that are carried by freight trains through the Eurotunnel every day. Some stowaways make it, but since the French and UK government stepped up security, more and more refugees are being caught, detained, and deported.
Calais now looks like a city under siege. 37 kilometers of reinforced barbed wire fence have been set up to keep the refugees from getting on that train.
Stuck in this squalid camp, the desperation is growing. Just ask Alex Limousin. She's an aid worker who lives just south of Calais. When she saw the number of refugees growing here, she knew she had to help. She's now spent the last 2 months working in the jungle.
The people who are staying here and they can't do anything, and they don't want to do anything anymore because they are, I don't know how you say that in English, but...
Well, they've lost hope.
Yeah, they lost hope. And the people who lost hope, they are the most dangerous, I think.
That tension is being felt all around Calais. For decades, people here have seen migrants pass through on their way to the UK, but never this many who stayed for so long. People's sympathy and patience seem to be running out. Like this merchant, who's watched as razor wire slowly surrounds his city. He says it's like we're the ones losing our freedoms, like we're prisoners in our own town. I'm sorry, this man says, but they need to go back home. Since the Paris attacks, French hearts are hardening. Fears have been stoked, making Calais the perfect platform for one of France's most divisive politicians. Into Calais walks Marine Le Pen. You may recognize the name. She's the leader of the National Front, a far-right party founded by her father. She's running here for a seat in regional elections next month, a stepping stone to France's presidential elections in 2017. Her solution to the migrant crisis? seal the borders, and kick out the refugees.
Il faut arrêter les flux de migrants considérables qui arrivent. 1 million sont arrivés dans l'Union européenne cette année. Or, on sait très bien que les fondamentalistes islamistes s'infiltrent au travers de ces flux de migrants pour pouvoir passer inaperçus.
She's been trying to de-demonize the National Front ever since she was elected 4 years ago. She even kicked her infamous father out of the party after Jean-Marie Le Pen referred to the Holocaust as a minor detail in history. The carnage in Paris has changed this election, she says. The country is under attack.
Complètement, la campagne a complètement changé de nature. On ne peut pas continuer à faire campagne comme on le faisait avant les attentats, ne serait-ce que parce que les gens attendent des réponses sur des sujets qui sont essentiels.
I'm Mark Kelley. Pleasure to meet you. Let's go inside.
Le Pen scares people like Hashim al-Jazouli. He was born in France, a Muslim of Moroccan descent. He says when Le Pen targets the migrants living in the Calais jungle, he feels she's also targeting people like him.
I speak French better than maybe some French people, you know. I really try to make my country, because it's my country, to make my country better and better, okay? But for the Le Pens, is not enough, because I'm not white.
But al-Jazouli says everyday French people have shown tremendous solidarity since the Paris bombings. He believes in France's better angels.
I refuse to think that French people are all like Marine Le Pen. It is not true. French people, I see in my neighborhood, my neighbor are all the people, and they love me and I love them, okay? Because we are French citizens and we are good each other, you know?
Though Le Pen is followed everywhere by protesters, like at this campaign stop near Calais, her National Front is currently leading in the polls across France. Despite her critics, and she has many, Le Pen is setting the political agenda, turning immigration and border security into the dominant issues in France. She scoffs at countries like Canada, who want to welcome Syrian refugees with open arms.
C'est une folie. Voilà, je vous le dis. Le risque, c'est le vrai faux passeport. C'est-à-dire qu'il y a un passeport qui est vrai, mais qui en réalité est donné à des fondamentalistes islamistes qui, au travers des flux de migrants, eh bien, atteignent n'importe quel pays dans l'objectif, évidemment, de commettre des attentats terroristes. C'est un danger qui est considérable et qui s'est réalisé à Paris.
Back in the jungle, Le Pen's campaign of fear is creating just that. Fear that after making it so close to their destination, they'll soon be kicked out of the country. Alex Limousin, the aid worker and friendly face of France, knows keeping the migrants here isn't the solution, but neither is shutting this camp down.
One solution that's been proposed, is certainly by some of the politicians like Marine Le Pen, is just get rid of everybody, kick them out, send them home.
Where? Send them home. You can't send them home when there is bombing, like in Syria or in Iraq. It's just send them home. We are just bombing them. How do you want to send them home? Say, go back to your country because we don't want you here? I don't think it's a solution.
Ahmed, do you get the feeling that nobody wants you?
I get it, and I feel that not nobody, but no government, no persons, no... I see in their eyes they didn't want us.
As winter stalks the jungle, people here build shelter for the coming storms. The seasons are changing here, so too are the politics. Just over the French border, a nervous calm has settled over Brussels. People slowly surfacing as the government cautiously ease the security alert, while still pursuing the fugitive Salah Abdeslam. But for some refugees in the Middle East, stirrings of optimism, maybe a safer future within reach. 25,000 headed for Canada, some already arrived. Soon that will include the Kurdi family in Istanbul, not something they could have imagined just a few weeks ago. But then, who could have imagined any of this a few weeks ago? And then one night, Paris changed the world.